No, I'm not sure if he was doing. Are you doing the? Okay, I don't be doing. No, sometimes he do the drop in the beginning. So I was waiting for the drop.
Oh,
okay. Like, damn, where the drop at? Right. But y'all know what it is, man. It is Detox Podcast. And switching it up a little bit. I don't know what's going on, man. It's like I can't get both of my co-hosts in here at the same time. I got Sky and I don't have T for months. And then now I got T and Sky had to get on a super long conference call, so she's not gonna make it. Say hi to the people.
Hi everybody, I miss you guys.
No, you didn't.
Yes, I did.
Because you was out the house cooking and doing whatever else, making drinks every day.
Listen, can I say this?
Apple teenies. Let me take the glasses off.
Yeah, go and take your glasses off. Let me get you all the way together.
Yeah, go ahead.
Here we go. I was at home.
Doing what?
Cooking. First of all, stop telling people.
And making apple teenies.
I made apple teenies. I made apple
with Starburst and
that was Jolly Rancher sprinkles
and all types of shit on top.
Why not? You know what I'm saying? If you got it, use it. I'm a chef. I can cook. I can make drinks. I do all that.
Anyway.
Don't get mad, honey. You out here.
But, I'm grateful that you're here today.
Thank you. I'm glad I'm here, too. Here. And, guys, I am practicing social distance for anybody start hitting me up with that. We're 6 feet apart.
Okay. So, before we get into it, what we're going to be discussing today, which I got my Malcolm X glasses on because I'm trying to... First of all, I'm trying to compose myself a little bit because I don't believe in presenting an argument with anger because then you just look like the angry black person. I want to be able to be articulate and have our people, understand the seriousness of what we're dealing with in our community today. First off, I wanted to talk about Ahmaud Arbery, the young man that was, whether you say he was killed, he was murdered, he was slayed, he was lynched, whatever it is, to his mama, he's not coming home no more. And at 26 years old, that's a tragedy. For anybody. It don't matter the color of your skin. Whether he was Chinese, white, he could have been whatever.
He's somebody's son.
The fact remained he was black. Mm-hmm. And he was black, he was unarmed, and he was killed by a white guy. Which ordinarily... you see things like this happen all the time, and when it happens, we sometimes we tend to rush to judgment, and we tend to jump out here and give our opinions on things that we don't know. I purposely waited for enough information to come out. I've never spoken about this on social media. I've never even touched the subject at all. I've just been watching and consuming information, and I actually was waiting to see if they were going to arrest the officers. Excuse me. Let me rephrase that. Not the officers, the former law enforcement officers that now decided that they were going to be vigilantes, I guess. But I didn't just want to talk about him in the sense of, what happened. Because we all know what happened. If you're interested, you already know what happened. You already know how he was slayed. You already know... what was going on in the situation. What I want to talk about is this. See, I almost call out her name. This young lady by the name of Candace Owens, and I'm gonna say that maybe she's misguided because of her age, and at some point we're gonna insert snippets from her video where she's talking about the situation. But this young lady. She is of the impression that we are jumping to conclusions, or we are overreacting, I think is the right word. I'm trying to pull it back up real quick just so I can see what the title of the video is. She says African Americans overreacting about the situation. Okay. Now, she's calling it an overreaction because she is saying that, for example, the example she gave was LeBron James tweeting that they're literally hunting down black people as soon as we leave our doors, as soon as we go outside. And her rebuttal for that was LeBron James have a bunch of white people working for him, so he shouldn't say things like that because he's far removed from the type of black person that would be hunted down when they go outside.
She sounds like the person that says, I have black friends.
She sounds like the person that would say all lives matter. But the reality is she's black. She's a black girl. And I don't know if she was just... okay, I'm making assumptions here. She has no chest. She's an alright looking girl. She looked like the kind of... I'm going someplace. I'm going someplace. I think she was bullied as a child. I think she might have been bullied by black people.
Okay.
So she feels now... You know how we do in school? Mm-hmm. We get on your ass.
Yeah.
She ain't got no titties. Okay. Like, we go in. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm thinking maybe this young lady... I'm sure there's so many different layers that would be able to explain the self-hate that she has. Because my thing is, you're a black girl. And whether, Candace, you feel that you're accepted by white America or not, at the end of the day, when it comes down to it, your ass is black. Ask Tiger Woods.
Yeah.
You remember when his ass was Caucasian? and then he messed around.
Simpson?
Right. And then he messed around on the white girl. And they reminded his ass that he was a nigga.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't remember that. So my thing is, one of the points she brought up, which was so crazy to me, she said modern day lynching, this was not. She said even in the times where lynchings were happening, her words was it was only 3,500 black people that were lynched.
Okay, so she has a number, accuracy, this is how...
So, in your opinion, the acceptable amount of black people that can be lynched without us being offended is 3,500. So white folks, according to Candace, y'all got a lot more black people that y'all can kill before we should be offended or we should be angry or we should... Because she's saying even in the times where lynchings were happening, 3,500 was all that they killed, but it was so many of us. Huh? So moms, Mother's Day was yesterday. If you got 5 kids, if I killed 2 of them, you still got 3. You should be good.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Huh?
No, that
You still got 3 kids. If I kill 2 of your kids and you have 5, you still got 3 kids. You should be fine according to Candace. Because it's so crazy that you would say something like that. And yes, I actually have to wear. This is not a stunt. I can't see nothing.
Oh, bless you.
I can't see my phone. It is a sad day. You hear me? Like, I'm struggling. And then, you know when people... And I'm getting back to the point, but I just have to explain these glasses for a minute. I've owned these glasses for about 5 years, never worn them. Because they told me 5 years ago I needed glasses. Maybe if I wore it, I wouldn't need glasses now.
Right.
So I never wore the glasses. So one day I picked up my phone and the words started just dancing on me. I said, man, what in the hell is going on my phone right now?
OH.
I had to call my son, boy, what that say? He was like, Dad, you can't read? No, I can't see.
Oh my God.
So
bless
anyway.
your heart.
All right, so back to Candace.
Candace is in trouble today. She's getting it. I just want to know were you able to find out, like, where does she live? What is her background? Like, you have to know where she's from, you know?
And the thing about that is I didn't want to give it too much energy.
Right.
I felt even bad watching the video because I'm like, damn, I'm giving her views.
Right.
But I had to watch it in order to, to get a grasp of what she was saying and where she was coming from, and try to understand how she can be in this. Like, you, even the way she's explaining what happened, oh, he ran around and then he attacked what is the guy named?
How do you attack somebody with a gun? Because from the video, it looks like he was trying to get away, and they shot him as
McHenry?
he was running.
What was the guys that shot him last name? It's McHenry's, right?
It's McMichaels.
McMichaels. Yeah, that sounds right.
Yes. And all I want to know is, how do, all jokes aside, let's put it like this. You shoot a man who don't have a gun, is a problem. Yeah. I don't care what color they are.
Exactly.
And for everybody to be trying to find justification in it, oh, well, they say he was at a house and they was following him. You had a gun.
Okay, so let me address that. Here in Georgia, for people that don't live in Georgia, when I was looking for a house to buy, sometimes the houses that are almost done are the best houses to go look at, because you can get inside without having to deal with the agent or having to deal with, oh, we need your email and your name and your phone number and all that. Like, no, they'll get all this information from you, because before you even go walk through the house, because you can go to a neighborhood, walk through the houses and check it out when there's an agent on duty. But sometimes if you go to a neighborhood, but if you go to a neighborhood sometimes where it's not completed, you could go inside, walk around and stuff, and kind of get an idea for how it's going to look and what's where, because it's not completed. But I'm not saying that's what he was doing, but what I'm saying is I did that. So if somebody rolled up on me when I'm coming out of a house that I'm just casually looking to see what it's going to look like. Hey, this is a new neighborhood. Let's go check out the houses. If you roll up on me, I am always, let me put it this way. I may be by myself, but I'm never alone. Okay. If you run up on me, even if I'm jogging, it's going to be a battle.
You ain't jogging nowhere.
You know I'm not. But I'm just saying.
Stop telling stories.
I'm just saying, if I was to jog.
That's a big if.
You finished?
They would never describe you as jogging. He was jogging down the road.
Hey man, why you playing? I done lost 20 pounds in this corona.
Listen, that's what happened when you don't eat.
Yeah, you right. You right, because that shit was not voluntary.
That's what happened. But it's okay, Fred. I'm gonna cook for you one day.
Look, but I'm saying it would have been a different story if it was in the metro Atlanta area. For the people that's now, where's this shit was at?
Brunswick, Georgia. And listen, that's
people were mad at me because the first thing I said is, what the fuck? Who's living in Brunswick? But the reality is,
up the road from Brunswick.
But the reality is, you should be able to live anywhere. We built this shit. Like, let's be clear. America was built on the back of slaves.
Correct.
Let's not sugarcoat the shit. This country was built on the backs of free labor.
True.
And the thanks we get for that is we're looked upon a certain way.
We're feared.
You're not giving us our fair shot when it comes to loans and when it comes to mortgages and when it comes to all this shit.
Going to court?
Like, the reality is, ain't nobody teach us nothing. Like, let's be clear. When we were coming up, no one taught us how to balance a checkbook, how to do a lot of things. You got it by
having
just experience and just knowing and just maybe seeing somebody go through something and you choose to do it differently. Or you choose to do it the same because that's all you know. Mm-hmm. You talk about a people that were oppressed for 400 years. You want to tell me anybody? She's gonna say that there's not another race of people that react this way when something happens.
Because another race of people don't catch it as hard.
Let me tell you something. Ain't nobody else built America. Black folks did that shit. And you should be ashamed of yourself, Candace, because your ancestors is sitting there and they're looking at you like, damn, that's what we suffered for. Mm-hmm. They suffer for your ass
to be able to speak freely,
and that's what you use it for.
Mm-mm.
You can say anything in the world. You can go anywhere in the world and present an argument about one side or the other. But what you choose to do is you choose to be the dumb bitch.
Oh, that's not nice.
No, but that's what she chooses to be.
We're not. Look,
I
need to get my friend all the way together. Reason being, because listen, Snoop did it to Gail, and the world went wild. Look, unfortunately, she isn't. We can't. I cannot sit here and let you call her at her name.
Right, so I'm not gonna stoop to your level, Mr. Owens. I apologize to you for calling your daughter out of her name.
Yes.
Miss Owens, I apologize for you to calling your daughter out of her name. Candace, my bad. But this is the kind of, and I hope that you're only saying the things you're saying because you want to get this reaction out of people. I hope that you don't genuinely believe the things that you're saying. Because there's no way on earth you could tell me that you woke up a black woman and see black people getting killed and see black people going through all types of struggle. Let me tell you something. You know why? During this time of Corona, you've seen a bunch of white people out there crying about how hard it is? Because it's been hard for black folks.
And we able to make it, baby.
It's been hard. This shit ain't nothing but a Tuesday.
Yes.
We don't care about it because it's another day. Mm-hmm. We gonna get up tomorrow and we gonna keep going. Mm-hmm. And we gonna get up the next day and we gonna keep going because for years we were taught just get to tomorrow.
Yep.
If you can get to tomorrow, you'll be okay.
You will get to the present.
So you want to sit up here, and I don't know your background, I don't know your history, but based on how you think, it seems as if you grew up in a community around a bunch of white people and you have a bunch of good white friends. You know, they like you. Oh, you know, Candace. But guess what, Candace? You're the white friend that they say, I have a black friend. I mean, you're the black friend that they say, that all your white friends are saying, I'm not racist because I have a black friend. You're it. Mm-hmm. You're the one that voted for Trump. And who you vote for is your business. But when he say dumb shit, don't defend him. Yeah. Say that's dumb. Yeah. You know what I mean? So
only thing I have with the whole situation is I just wish that when we do uprisings like this, can we do it for all races? And what I mean by that is why we don't do this when it's black on black crime. Same babies are being lost.
Well, this is the difference, though. This is the difference. When it's black on black crime, there's usually a reason behind it. And whether it's a good reason or not, there's a reason behind it. You stole my money.
No.
You stole my drugs.
That's not necessarily true.
No, I'm saying.
When you've seen people doing drive-by shootings and people are being killed.
No, there's a reason for that too. I'm not going to justify it. No. No. There's a difference between justifying something.
There's no reason.
And giving a reason for it. No, there is. The reason is one gang believes that that's their turf or territory or whatever, or one gang believed that another gang disrespected them. There's a reason.
Okay, so now I'm not justifying. So, the McMichaels, mm-hmm. Maybe their reason was he was in their neighborhood, because you said it had to be a reason.
Yeah, but the difference is, one reason on one case you have. If you speak to these brothers, it's almost like religious, right? So, like, if you ever find somebody that believe in God, mm-hmm. and you find somebody that don't believe in God, mm-hmm. most of the time, you can't change their mind.
True.
One way or another. Mm-hmm. So, with, let's say, gang members or whatever, mm-hmm. if they believe that that's our neighborhood and you disrespecting us by coming over here wearing blue, or whatever the case may be, they believe that. It's like a religion. They'll die for it.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? But my thing is, what is it that the white people believe that is telling them that all black people are bad?
No, they believe that they feel like you should stay on your side of the town, your side of the track. You don't belong here. You don't look like us. You don't look like my neighbor. You don't look like my friend. You don't look like you belong here. But not saying it's right, but that's how they look, and there's some reason.
You don't look like you belong here because you're black.
Yeah. And then that's just like you said. Gang members say you don't belong over here because you have on that color.
Yeah, but not because of. They don't care who it is. If it's a Puerto Rican dude over there rocking the wrong color, he get it too.
And we all
if it's a white dude over there, he get it too. What I'm saying is you're only doing it because you're either afraid or you feel like you're better than this person solely because of the color of his skin. And the reality is
they do believe
that's not. And so if we call you racist because of that, you can't then be mad because you are, sir, ma'am, a racist. If you look at me and you look at Rick Ross and you be like, because both of y'all black and fat, y'all are the same person.
We would say that.
Yeah, no, we wouldn't. We know the difference between black people. We can see different black people and know
look like Rick Ross now because he's skinny now.
He's still bigger than me.
No.
Yes, he is. Well, how much do you think I weigh? I know how much Rick Ross weigh. The hell is going on right now?
Rick Ross, he was on a slim diet.
Why are you doing this? What is this? What is this tear Collins down rhetoric that you came in here with today?
I did not come in here to tear you down, friend.
What is the problem?
I didn't come to tear you down. You a little chunky with it, though.
You must have heard I'm out here giving out good meat, though.
Oh.
That's what it is. I'm trying to not go to where we usually be.
I ain't heard nothing.
You must have heard something. Because you came in here with a venom. Like, my self-esteem is up there.
I'm happy for you, Clark Kent.
Huh?
I'm happy for you.
I'm hitting people in the face with hammers. I want you to understand that.
I don't want to know about this. Let's stick to our
I'm trying to choke some people out before the end of the year. I'm trying to have some black on black crime, if you know what I mean.
What is your reason for wanting to choke somebody out? You have to have a reason.
I'm trying not to have some black on black crime in the bedroom, if you understand what I'm saying.
Well, that's a good crime.
Anyway.
But that was my only thing, because I just wish that us as people, all of us, everybody, all races, black, green, yellow, that we all have the same energy when it happens, when little cousin gets shot down the street, and then everybody want to say, oh, we don't know who did it, but everybody have a camera. Why everybody got a camera phone during the racist times? Where is the camera phone when little Pookie got shot down the street at the party?
The messed up part about all this, Candace, and you not seeing it, is the fact that a man can get killed unarmed, and it took 2 months for anything to happen just because the video didn't exist at the time. Once the video got out, then stuff started moving and people got arrested. The fact of the matter remains that is not fair. It's not. It shouldn't happen. The district attorney, the district attorney's office told the police officers that no arrest was necessary. I'm sorry, a man was killed. He was unarmed, and you, Mr. District Attorney, or Miss District Attorney, decided that there was no recourse to be taken.
You know when?
How is that okay? Not until a video showed up and we saw that. Let me explain something to you. Let's paint a picture here. Ahmaud Arbery.
Oh, and don't forget he was military. So
no, let's paint a picture. He was a thief.
He was not a thief.
Let's just say.
Okay.
He was a thief.
Well, I don't know that.
Let's just say he went into these houses and he stole. That's what he does every day. Is he run down the street and then he find houses. He go in, he steal light bulbs, whatever it is that you can steal out of a house that's not completed. He steals every day. That's what he been doing for months. He just a thief. That's just what he did.
So we're just saying hypothetically.
Yeah, hypothetically.
Hypothetically.
He's a thief.
Okay.
White America, are you telling me that you think that he deserved to be shot down in the streets? That's where we at. Somebody is stealing something, and what you decide to do is shoot them down in the streets. And that's okay. I'm saying all this, I'm bringing up this hypothetical point because it's stupid to say when you have tons of people out here that is going into schools. Let's not forget Dylan Ruth that walked into a church, a white boy, shoot up a whole bunch of black people, and then what we say, well, he deserved his day in court.
And you took him to get McDonald's on the way to jail. I think he was rewarded for
that's what we're saying. So you want to know why black people, we get mad and we get angry and we start uprising and we start acting a fool when things like this matter? It's because we're accustomed to y'all not valuing us. We're accustomed to it. And when we get accustomed to something like that, you know what happened? You see what happened when we got to the point where it was frustrating to be a slave. There were uprisings up and down the South. All over the South, there were uprisings, and they had one purpose: to kill the master and burn the house down.
So,
if you keep doing this, what's going to happen is you're going to get the blood of some of those rebellious slaves that still run through our veins is going to rise up, and people going to start killing random white people. And then what you're going to say is, oh, look, see, these black people, we always knew they was murderers. We always knew that was how they was built. But when you push people to a certain point, and trust me, I'm not saying that this is what I want to see happen. And I'm not saying that I hope that this is what happens. I'm just simply saying that if it happens, don't be alarmed. Because it's only so much people can take before they start lashing out. Period. And you keep killing our sons, you keep killing our fathers, you keep killing our brothers, you keep killing us. And eventually it's going to get to a point where people are going to snap, man.
And that's crazy because I sit here and I think I have a 17-year-old and he's like, Mom, I'm finna walk to the store.
And you're nervous.
I instantly go into, I'll take you to the store. Hold on, wait a minute. And the store is like a second from my house. But I'm instantly goes into fear of, I don't want him
you go into
be
protective
mistaken.
Mode. Right.
And that's always be their go-to thing, though.
Let me tell you something.
He looked suspicious or he fit the description. That's all black men.
White kids leave the house, go to the pool 2-3 o'clock in the morning. They might throw the football at night. I went down by Georgia Tech, and there was a bunch of kids out there, a bunch of white kids. Maybe it was a couple of black kids, but it was predominantly white and Asian kids, because anybody know Georgia Tech, it's a lot of Asian kids and a lot of white kids down there. And they were throwing the football on the field. Some kids had a soccer ball, and they were playing or whatever. And I'm sure their parents are not thinking about, what happens if something happened. Mm-hmm. My son, I got my phone alerts me whenever the camera picks up motion. My son, I see motion on one of my cameras. I pick up my phone, look to see what it was, roll back the camera. My son and his friend leaving the house. Mm-hmm. It was like 1:30 in the morning. Mm-hmm. So naturally, I call my son. Where the hell you going?
Right.
Number one, we under quarantine. We in Corona, and you ain't even say you was leaving the house. Oh, we going up to the tennis court and skate.
No.
I said, you going to the tennis court to skate? Now, my son is 18, so technically, according to the law, the government, whatever, he's legal. He's a legal adult, so he can make decisions for himself. So I try my best to not treat him like a kid because I want to make sure that he has the opportunity to make smart decisions and things of that nature. So I said, you're going to the tennis court at 1:30 in the morning to go skate.
In Atlanta.
I said, okay. And I hung up the phone. And I just heard my mom, like I turned into my mom. I called that boy back. I said, hey man, get your ass back in this house.
Like, real for real.
I said, I hate to do this to you, but get your ass back in this house. And he said to me, it made me so proud, his next statement to me. He's like, Dad, I'm already back in the house. I said, oh, okay. Because you're not done. You know, like when he got outside, he probably looked around and was like, man, let's go back inside.
Have you ever seen the movie, oh man, I forgot it. But it was about, God, I forget. What is it? American Child of American Sons or something like that.
I saw it. I saw the title on Netflix, but I didn't watch it.
Baby.
Is that the one with Halle Berry?
No, that's the one with
Scandal chick.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's her name? Damn.
Olivia.
Olivia Pope is her name on the show. But yeah, y'all know Olivia Pope. Yeah.
Yes. When I say that right there, that movie, if that don't change your idea of a parent, and then it goes back when because
she had a white husband, right?
She had a white husband, but when she asked him, she said, "Did your parents ever sit down and have the talk with you on what you're supposed to do when the police pulls you over?" And she asked him, have that ever happened? And he was like, no. I wonder how many times people have to sit down and have that conversation. Like my son,
Kerry Washington.
That's her.
I had to get her name to make sure we don't look crazy over here.
Yes, like just to know.
And I know somebody was screaming, Kerry Washington. Yeah, we got it.
Just to know you have to sit down, and explain that to you. That's just like having the birds and the bees conversation with your kid. You have to prepare them when they are out here in the world. You don't have to. I don't think white people have that conversation with them.
They don't have to.
You think their conversation is like when you come up against a black person, shoot first?
I hope
you know
not.
what I'm just saying.
I think
our conversation is
maybe
say yes sir, no sir.
You know what?
This way.
Some of them, I would have to assume that the conversation would be those white black people are bad, black people are criminals, black people are gangsters, black people come to they come to steal, kill, and destroy. I would have to assume.
Why you just describe like black people was the devil?
But that's the thing though. For there to be new racists and new people that's coming up that's never encountered black folks to be prejudiced towards us. It's a learned. It's something that you learn, and you're not born with that. You can see that kids will play with anybody. They don't care what it is.
Yes, that's true.
They'll play with a dog, a rat, a cat. They don't care. As long as they're not scared of it, they'll play with it.
That's true.
So at some point, somebody says to this child, hey, you're naked. It's just like Adam and Eve. They didn't know they were naked until somebody tricked them, and then they was like, wait a minute, we naked. It was normal. For a black kid and a white kid to play together, toddlers running out. Like one of the most beautiful videos I ever seen was the video with the black kid and the white kid and their toddlers, and they're running, Tyler!
Yes, I think that is so cute.
And they run towards each other and gave the biggest hug, because you know what? It shows that at the core, all people are good. They're good and pure at the core. But then what happens is we get corrupted by outside forces. Our grandmother that was racist, or our great-grandmother that was racist, or on the black side, our great-grandmother that had been through racism and walked with Dr. King and walked with Malcolm X and did all those things.
Who were the master's mistress.
Right.
Yes.
So one way or another, your history and and the way your people were brought up is going to affect you one way or another. So it's not for us to shy away from, but it's for us to say, okay, I understand that there were some racist white people that enslaved a bunch of black folks when America was still young. But I'm not going to treat every white person as if they're that slave master, because there is some white people that's not how they think. But on the other hand, you're taking every black person as being that black person that's going to beat your ass for no reason, that's going to rob you, that's going to steal from you, and that's going to kill from you just because we're black. So we have this thing over us, you're black, and this is who you are. But y'all want to have this thing where I'm white, judge me for me, not for my white race.
Okay, so you said it there. Say that again. Say it again. Repeat that. Now that right there sums it up. Say that again. Say it again.
They want us to allow them to show us individually who they are, but they won't allow us to show them individually who we are. Okay. We understand that there's some black folks out here that we don't even like. Yeah. You think we like everybody that's black? No, it's a bunch of niggas that I don't like.
Like the ones that be right. Like the ones that be out in all these droves of people. Like,
man, look,
buying tennis shoes.
And it's not, like it's a
that is not okay.
Like, I'm gonna be real with y'all, white folks. Sometimes we sit there and we watch the news report and we be like, niggas. We say that shit too. But what it is we understand that that individual is acting that way. When you have Dylan Ruth, we didn't say every white person is a serial killer. Every white person is a mass shooter. Every white person is going to come and shoot up the church. We didn't say that. We said that white boy crazy. Mm-hmm. That white boy is crazy.
That's true.
We judge him as an individual. We did not put a blanket over every white person and said that all y'all are that way. But you keep doing it to us.
That's true.
All of us are the same. We're all criminals. We're all thieves. We're all not smart. Like, it's been times at my job, and at not just this job, but at other jobs I've had, or when I'm doing business, that, number one, I'm not arrogant in any way, but I'm very intelligent. I can say that about myself. I can say that I'm an intelligent dude. I know that I'm smart. I don't think that I'm the smartest person in the world. Like, I think my son, he's 18. I think he's way smarter than me, book-wise, but I'm smarter than him because I have more knowledge. I have more wisdom. But the reality is, I know who I am, and you're not going to make me think that I'm nothing else. Right. I'm not going to sit up here and accept being called a nigga by a white person. I'm not. And we're not going to get into the argument of who can say the word and who can't say the word. I'm not getting into that. But if you are a white person and you use the word nigga around me, we're going to have problems. I'm just being real with you. I don't know any white people that... Actually, yes, I do. I do know a couple of white people that have used the word. They never use it around me. But I was made aware that is some people that use the word in a derogatory way or whatever, and they were white. And they are white, I should say. But for Candace, Miss Owens, I hope that...
We just gonna pray for her.
No, I'm not praying for her. I pray for things that I care about.
Oh my God. That's not nice.
I hope that one day you have an experience that help you to understand why black folks react a certain way, and why when certain people call to alert certain situations, black folks are happy about it. Because the reality is, for years we had some Uncle Tom ass niggas that was in power that were so afraid of losing their power that they were not willing to stand up for black folks. So I'm sorry, when I see a LeBron James stand up and say, you know what, this is fucked up, I stand with you, LeBron. When I see Jay-Z, who is if not a billionaire yet, on the way to be a billionaire, stand up and say, I don't give a fuck what y'all say, I'm rocking with my race, I applaud you, sir. When I see certain people like Gayle King take the opposite route, my sister, I don't care what Snoop call you. I really don't. Because when you do certain things and it looks like, wait a minute, why are you taking that angle? Why is that the angle you take? Just shut the fuck up. Oh, if you, listen to me, if I see some shit happen and I believe that, you know what, he didn't make this look good for black folks at all. You know what I do? I shut the hell up. I sit my ass down. Because I'm not going to go and broadcast, look, people, we fucked up again. Why? Why are we going to do that? They do it enough every day. They take it and they go out there and they show that black people are fucked up every single day. That's their narrative. That's what their purpose is. And that's what they do. Their whole job is to prove every day that black folks ain't shit. So why would I then say that, oh, you know what, LeBron, you're a public figure? You goddamn right he's a public figure, and they can't touch him. The boy is worth hundreds of millions of dollars. Also on the way to being a billionaire. Got a Nike contract for life. It don't matter what they do, they can't take that money from him. After he retire, he'll still get Nike money for the rest of his life. He has built a legacy for his kids, his kids' kids, his kids' kids' kids, and forever. Anybody that come with the James name that came after him is good because of what he did. And the fact that he's willing to stand up and say this is fucked up, y'all need to cut this shit out, white folks.
You do.
I'm rocking with you.
You do.
And for Candace to not rock with you, I'm not fucking with her. And I told my mom, promise my mom to stop cussing. But this is bullshit. It is. It is, because this is a sister that should use her platform to, if nothing else, ask people to understand where we're coming from and why it is important for you to treat us fairly. But you choose not to. You made a choice not to do that.
That's true.
You rather just go out there and do what all the other white people do. Look, y'all, it's another black boy. He was out here. He was stealing. He deserved to die because he was stealing. I'm sorry. I didn't realize that stealing means you should get killed. Is stealing true? Is it okay? No. Was he stealing? I don't know. But you know what else, Candace? I don't care whether he was stealing or not. What I know is he's not coming home, and his mother has to deal with the fact that the child that she raised for 26 years is no longer alive. And for me, that have a child that is 23, one that's about to be 22 tomorrow, and one that's 18 that's going to be 19 in August, it scares the shit out of me. Because I can't be with them every day. Mm-hmm. I can't hold their hands anymore. I can't protect them every waking moment like they were toddlers. So therefore, I have to hope that I've given them enough to survive.
That's true.
Not even to flourish. To survive.
Make it day by day.
That's what we're reduced to. Teaching our kids how to simply survive. While you're teaching Billy and Chad how to take over and flourish, we have to constantly teach our boys how to survive. And I'm not taking nothing away from the girls, but I'm sorry, for years America been after the black man. For years.
Yes, that's true.
And because of that, black men out there, that you still have an opportunity to impart wisdom into your children, or you may have young boys around you that you can impart wisdom into. It is our responsibility to try our best to get our boys to rise above just surviving. It's time for them to flourish. It's time for them to get out here and be bigger and better than anybody else. And that's what scares y'all, because everything we put our hands on, we're better than everybody else at it, because we have a determination to not be mediocre. You put a black man on ice skates long enough, he gonna be the coldest hockey player or whatever it is out there. Why? Because he has a determination to be better than anybody else. It was a time when black people couldn't play in the NBA. Now, I hope that somebody would try to make an all-white basketball team and see them get drugged from now till the end of time. Because when we start dunking and we start dribbling the ball, they looked at us and was like, why are you doing all that? We're doing the chest pass. Oh, it's wrong to dunk the ball. Y'all go over there and play in that nigga league. This is all shit that we have to overcome. Go play in the Negro League in baseball. You have all these accolades of that, oh, these white men did this and that, all before black people were allowed to play in your league.
As a black mother, what do you have to tell your son?
Yeah, that's a good question. What would you tell your son as a black mom coming off of Mother's Day?
Well, I tell my son to be respectful. Don't be a follower. Don't get caught up in the hype. And basically, stay prayed up. I stay prayed up. And just basically, you know, like if you're pulled over, you know what I'm saying? Don't become agitated. And I know everybody says it's hard not to do that, but don't cuss at the officer. Just stay calm enough to get home. We'll handle it. If you felt like you was mistreated during the stop, just make it home. That's all I ask. That's what I tell my baby. Just make it home safely. If you was mistreated or anything, we'll handle that part. But I just want you to walk through the door.
And I tell my kids all the time, don't bring no kids home and don't mention no white women.
Well,
I'm not gonna lie to you. I tell my boys, if you like a white woman, that's on you. It's
that's
fine.
Prejudice, right?
But it scares me because a lot of times white girls, now when you become a grown man, it's different because it's harder for a white woman that's grown to say, oh, he made me have sex once her dad realized she dating a black dude. Mm-hmm. But it's several black kids that were dating white girls and then their parents found out and all of a sudden they're coming up on rape charges because daddy don't like the fact that you're having sex with a black guy. You understand what I'm saying? So that's the only reason I told my boys that, and I also told them when y'all get older, if you're attracted to a white girl, by all means. Well, see, but while you coming up, be careful.
Well, you know, my family is mixed, so I can't.
You can love who you love. I'm not saying that you shouldn't, but it's scary to sometimes when especially if the parents of that white girl is prejudiced.
So why don't date white girls? Let me get to know their parents before you take this any farther, because then you get to know the background that this girl is coming from. Mm-hmm. Because just to say don't date a white girl, that's kind of, you can't say white people are racist and white people are this when you're teaching your kids that. Because they teach their kids, don't date black boys, don't like black people. You can't, that's all in that same thing. You can't say that too.
Yeah, but I got a reason to.
You know what? Your reasoning makes no sense.
Yes, it does.
It does not.
My reasoning is, historically, you never see a black family. I'm not going to say never, because I'm pretty sure somewhere in the world or in the country it has happened. But you don't see where black girls' parents taking little white boys up on statutory rape charges and all that, because simply because your daughter and her boyfriend is not the same race. I got a little brother. Race.
He's white, so I have to be a little sensitive to the subject.
No, and that's fine. That's fine. But when you deal with history, we're not making this shit up. This is history.
True.
It's historically proven that black people are being treated unfairly and being railroaded through the legal system just simply because they're black. I don't like your boyfriend because he's black. He don't know nothing about the boy. The boy's playing football. He's doing something good with his life. He's probably going to make it to the NFL. But they don't care because they just see a big old black boy beating the brakes out of their daughter's vagina.
Well, my whole thing as a parent, I would be mad whether he was black or white, because that's disgusting.
What?
Beating the brakes. So I don't care. I don't think all parents care whether they're black
Look,
or
man,
white.
sometimes you got to give it a hammer, is all I'm saying.
Oh my God, no.
Look,
I just don't. I think you can't. I want you not to say all white people are racist, and then say in the same sense, I tell my boys not to date white women, just like you tell that man is at home, that white man is at home probably telling his daughter, don't date black men. So that right there is a racism and prejudice and all this. You can't say
you
that,
know
friend.
what? Maybe it is, but the reality is it's about self-preservation.
Okay.
And I believe that in order for my sons to be able to have a long life and thrive in this America, we have to be conscious of preserving self.
So could you imagine the fear that might be in, let's say your son is dating a white woman.
Mm-hmm.
And let's say that her father is racist.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact that he fears the fact of how you will react, he won't tell you. So you can get to know these people and know where they're coming from.
No, this is the thing. If my son did come home, because one of my kids, he was infatuated, my middle son, he was infatuated with little white girls when he was younger. He would, yeah, something going on with your phone. He would see them on the playground and just want to touch their hair. He used to like little white girls, and then when we caught him watching porn, it would always be white porn. No.
Wait a minute, hold up.
What happened?
You caught him watching porn?
Yeah.
Where did he get the porn from?
It was on his phone. What do you mean? Like, he was older. He was like 16, 17 or whatever.
I keep forgetting these day and age. I remember when I was young, I found porn, under my mama bed.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying?
He was on his phone, but he would always,
phones.
we called him multiple times. Like, we'll go on a computer and go through the history and stuff like that, and it would always be white porn. So I know he's into white girls, and that's fine. But my thing was just wait until they are old enough. Not even you, but until they are old enough for this not to look a certain way. You know what I'm saying? Because the last thing you want to do is fall in love with somebody that someone else is pulling y'all apart. I would never pull my kids apart from whoever they love. It don't matter to me.
Okay.
Even if it wasn't a woman.
I just want you to get the understanding of you saying, you tell your son that, and I just want you to understand both sides is prejudice and racist. So we all in this pot of this racism and prejudice.
Well, no, the difference is I don't dislike them because of their color, because that's what prejudice is, to judge somebody strictly because of their of their race.
Okay.
That's not what it is. I'm judging them based on what they do.
Okay, so you're judging the white girl based off of history.
Yeah. That's all I got.
So y'all
what do you mean?
You get what I'm saying? Why is your reasoning make sense?
That's all I have. All I have is history. The only way I can, because history repeats itself, right? So if something happened in the past, it's possible that it can happen again. And I am just making sure that my kids are aware of what happened in the past. Hey, historically they do this, man. So watch out.
Okay.
Is it going to happen again? Maybe not. But I'm going to make sure that you have all the information you need to have. They don't do the same thing. They're not saying up here, hey, historically, we done shot some black people that we probably shouldn't have shot. So be careful. Don't be out here shooting black folks now. They don't do that. White people are scared of black people for no reason, except for the fact that we are black. And at some point, they gotta look at themselves. And I'm speaking in generalities. People, don't hit me on some bullshit. You know I'm speaking in generalities. It's not going to serve anybody at all if at some point we can't come together and say, as a collective, black, white, purple, green, hey, this is wrong.
And it has to stop.
Yes.
It has to stop.
Absolutely.
But how do we get to the point of stopping it?
That's the thing. When you have a platform like this and you're able to speak your mind and be able to express yourself, you don't always have the answers. And this is one of the situations where I don't have the answer. I don't know what the solution is. I don't know what we should do. The only thing I know that something needs to happen. The fact that...
Can I make a suggestion?
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
I think a lot of things need to change. Like, white patrolmen shouldn't be in the hood. They should have people who know the hood.
That's how it used to be.
You know what I'm saying?
That's how it used to
feel
be.
like if you fearful of black people and you know they know in the police department who has a race problem, who is prejudiced, you know, why would you put them over there
in that situation?
You know what I'm saying?
That's like taking a fat kid and put him in a candy store. You know he gonna wreck the
He
place.
gonna eat everything.
He gonna go to work on
So
it.
that goes back when they say more training. I think that should be one of the things they should do. Like APD, why you got racist Jack down there in Barn Homes, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It needs to be some changes. It needs to be some people that's gonna be understanding or knowing the nature and the people. So I think that's one thing that should be changed. And when you off duty, you off duty. That, I mean, because I'm not pulling over for a truck that has a little light in it.
Right, and that's what's crazy. Like, people want to know, well, why was he running from them, or why did he attack them? Let me explain something to you.
He was black.
If two random people of any color approach me with guns, we are all dying that day. Because that's how it's going to go down. Okay. It's not a question. It's not about whether or not he should have, oh, wait, what's going on, guys? If I see you approaching me with a gun, I ride with my gun on my lap a lot. Because I live close to the hood, around the same niggas that y'all scared of. And guess what? If, for whatever reason, God forbid, a couple of them decide they want to take my car from me one day, if my gun is on my lap, we all gonna be shot. You gonna shoot, I'm gonna shoot. Because I don't trust that you're gonna let me walk away. That's why I carry a gun. You understand what I'm saying? So my whole thing to you is I'm going to protect myself at all costs. And if this man is running down the road and somebody approach him with a gun and all he has is his hands and he decide, look, I'm going to have to fight my way through this, man. All I got is these two. Then that's what he did, because that's what you're supposed to do.
And yet, y'all was some punks because y'all shot him without any reason.
A bunch of times, and just summing up everything.
Okay, we're going to sum this up.
Candace Owens, we need better from you, sister. And I hope at some point in your life you decide that you are going to do better. There's so many more angles that we could have touched. There's so many more things that we could have said. But we would need like a 5-hour show, and y'all not going to watch a 5-hour show anyway. So we're not doing that. But one of the biggest things we want, coming off of this Mother's Day,
hug your babies.
We sympathize, and our condolences go out to the family and to that mother that's not going to be ever hugging her child again. Ma'am, I am so sorry that you have to go through this, and I hope that you never have to face anything like this again for the rest of your life. And for all my brothers out there, let's do better, because regardless of how many times we say that white folks are killing us, It's
We
a
are killing
bunch
us,
of y'all
too.
niggas in the south side of Chicago that's acting an ass. And you are disappointing the people that fight and gave everything so that you can have the freedoms you have today. And if you keep doing it, they will keep doing what they're doing.
And
So
finding justification.
for everybody out there, until we change, they probably won't. So
Let's
with
come
that,
together.
with that, let's love who we love, and let's stop. Let's stop. What did I used to say? I used to say it on other podcast. Let's not follow our dreams. Let's chase them.
Hey, okay. All right, friend.
That's it.
Listen.
I'm off.